Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you in another video. Alright, so good thing I didn't pay no $30 because I ended up only waiting about, what was it, like an hour at the most. As soon as the manager came in, he checked me in at 1:30. Here I am. Had to get a man $30. Yeah, otherwise, knew better, basically is the word. I knew better, man. Wasn't no way that was happening, but I'm in the same room I was in last time, believe it or not. The exact same room, 103. I think it's the same room. It sure feels like the same room. It's right. If this ain't the right room that it was last time, it's the one next door, which looks exactly like it. But I think it's the same room. No fridge here, but like I said, I got my cooler this time, so everything is going well with that. Late game starts at 7:30, so I'm trying to figure out if I actually want to leave this place, come back. That might not be the worst idea to kill time and make a day of this, but to be honest with you, may not be necessary. The way I'm feeling, I don't really know. But yeah, feeling pretty good, man. I'm happy I'm here. I'm happy I was able to check in. Glad I had a decent mind to give him basically the proverbial finger in regards to having him take $30 of my hard-earned money, put it in his pocket, or rather hard-earned for my uncle's money and grandfather's money. But still, it ain't theirs, you feel me? That's the point. It ain't about to be theirs for something that he honestly probably should be fired for even trying to do, because I know for a fact he wasn't about to share that money with the people who are cleaning this place, who are putting it down and really actually doing work. He was going to put that shit in his little greasy ass pockets, for which I would never ever do. As a human being who works in the service, who's worked in service for many years at times throughout the course of this life, any money that I would be pocketing from some bull crap like that would be going to the people who actually clean these areas, at least break half of it off for them. I guarantee you he would have put it in his greasy ass pockets. So that was one more reason why I wasn't going to do it. If I was going to give any money to anybody, it was going to be to the cleaning people, not that clown. So yeah, we'll see what happens to him. But in the meantime, I'm going to probably get up out of here. That's how I feel right now. Let's get the hell up out of here. Probably throw a throwover shirt or my sweater over my shirt, because this is a button up and I don't need to be wearing this right now, and it's raining, halfway raining. But I would like to walk up out of here and just make a day of this. It's Monday. Y'all know how I like to do, walk down the street. Give me a second here, put on this sweater, and maybe grab something to eat if I don't feel like eating this, what I have today. I don't really know if I want to eat it now or if I want something different. Not to say that there's anything good out there to eat, but maybe it's like some shish kebabs or something. I don't know. Kind of have a taste for shish kebab or some cheap meal, but I don't know if I'll actually do that. I probably won't even do it. But what I didn't want to do is continue to sit there, or sit in this room rather, after being checked in an hour earlier than I was expecting to be asked to. So I'm very thankful that the Lord worked that out. I knew he would. I didn't doubt that. My patience allowed me much more blessings than my angst ever would have. And like I said, now that I'm healed up from that whole carrying thing, and we try to use anything and everything you can to frustrate me, and it's just not working, man. It ain't working. I'm doing too good of the mind to let something like that bother me. But yeah, time to get up out of here. Keep the camera rolling and come back in like an hour or so and see what's out here, man. See what the day holds for your boy BDF. Maybe go catch a train somewhere or something. I don't know, but I'm very thankful that I didn't have to spend the night at the hostel. Very happy about that. Life can be rather hard when you gotta live that way, and I understand it, man. I really do. But just maintaining my focus as it pertains to what my spirit needs to do, man. He tried to throw off my spirit. There's a lot of different ways that could have went. And if you guys saw my last video, you know what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of different ways that could have went. Not only was he trying to get me for $30, but he was being an asshole toward me when I was coming with humble energy. And so my thing was, this is an attack on my spirit, and nothing I can do in retaliation to that attack is going to reflect positively upon my spirit at all. Nothing. Attacking him, cussing him out, none of that was going to make me look better or make it so that I'm any more free or anything like that. What it was going to do was put me in a worse position to think otherwise of myself, and furthermore ruin my name in whatever way. I lay my head down now. I'm like, oh man, I should have handled that differently, and all these different types of thoughts. That when you have wisdom in your heart, you don't allow those things even come into your situation. And I do. I have wisdom in my heart today. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I got a place to lay my head. I'm looking around at people who may not have that. People struggling, including themselves, trying to do any and everything, regardless if it's right or wrong, to get a dollar or something. You know what I mean? It's like, at the end of the day, I'm in a very advantageous position to not feel that way, to not have those things on my mind, to not be struggling to the degree where I need to do that. And that's a blessing. And it's a blessing and not everybody got. So that's what I'm here to tell y'all, man. I'm not his judge, but I can tell you that he definitely made me feel negatively about him, and negatively tried to make me feel negatively about my day, and it didn't work. $30 to sit there for an hour while and it was like he kept repeating to me the same thing over and over again, and he knew I got it, but he was going to continue to be evil about it. And so my thing was, all right, got you. I know you deal with a lot of shady people, probably. You just one of many. I'm not going to let you turn me into that and start talking to you a certain way, but I will tell you that I'm going to report you, even though I didn't, because I ain't no damn snitch. But I wanted to put that fear in his heart, like, yo, if you're doing something you ain't supposed to do, best believe when your manager get here, he gonna know about it. But maintaining my integrity, when his manager got there, I didn't even say anything. Why? Because again, it's all about integrity, man. I have it. He lacked it. Simple. And if his manager did tell him to do that, then me telling the manager kind of ain't gonna work in my favor. But what I can do is let them people know that I'm gonna maintain my integrity regardless, and I'm gonna keep my money in my pocket. Anything I'm due is kept. If y'all want to turn y'all situation into an official storage unit for $30, then put that, make sure that booking.com and Priceline know that too, so they can work that into the price and get their cut. Until then, we're not gonna be doing that funny stuff of me paying you under the table before your boss get here, so you can take that money and do whatever the hell you're gonna do with it, and it comes out of my pocket for what you really needs it. You know what I'm saying? While you on the clock too. He probably started everybody like that. Anybody come around, he said, I'm new, so this is what I'm gonna do. You making your own rules in a job you just got to? And then you're gonna tell me the boss told you to do it, huh? You gonna give him half of that, or you gonna give him the whole thing? Man, get out of here. So my thinking was, I will sit right here. I will sit here, man. I'll sit here till 3, man. I did my fantasy basketball stuff. I was setting up my fantasy basketball team. I didn't even finish it. You know, I didn't even finish what I was doing. That's how unbothered I was, man. I was kind of thinking, man, I could wait another 30 minutes to finish what I'm doing and then go check in. But God had better plans, man. It wasn't meant for me to waste my day sitting there all day waiting for them to come around to understanding that I wasn't going to give them an extra $30 to do something they should have let me do for free. So that wasn't going to happen. But at the same time, you know, God, like I told you on the camera, when you do things the right way and you know the enemy is attacking you, you do the opposite of what the enemy wants you to do, and you see, don't the Lord bless you from within those circumstances every single time. It never fails. No matter what it is. The enemy wants you to do this, do the opposite, you'll be fine. I promise. And I promise you. It don't matter what nobody says, no matter what it say to them, this, that, and the third, no matter what the consequences are. A lot of times, evil will hit you with consequences for doing the right thing. Within those consequences, you'll find blessings and a path that leads you exactly where you need to go. Why? Because they don't make the rules, nor do they set the foundation for what good is actually. So if they're going to tell you to do the wrong thing in the name of the law, believe me, you're not supposed to do that. I'm telling you, you're not. The world will tell you it's wise to do exactly what they tell you. But if you know the law is telling you to do something wicked, then it's the law that's wrong, and it's going to be on your head when it's judgment day for why you did the wrong thing in the name of the law. God gonna be like, yeah, but you didn't follow my law, and my law is what really make this thing spin, not their law, and certainly not the reasoning behind what they put in place, for which you, if you follow, you continue to do the enemy's work. Don't do what they tell you to do. If what they tell you to do is going to allow for you to be worse, don't do it. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the situation is. In the movies, maybe. In real life, no. Right is right, is wrong is wrong. And a lot of times people want to tell you to do wrong, mean you harm. And they'll put it into the law books and all different types of stuff so that you do wrong. And they'll tell you they'll kill you and even really will do whatever. But at the end of the day, God gonna be looking at you and saying, look, I didn't mean for you to live past one day of what it is that they otherwise was gonna do to you for doing the right thing. You understand what I'm saying? If they were gonna kill you for doing the right thing, I didn't mean for you to live past the day that they were gonna do that. I kid you not. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you go against that on Judgment Day, you best believe the Lord I know, the Lord I serve, he's not going to be pleased with you. Every day after that is not blessed. If he wants you to go, it's time for you to go. But you should not be doing wrong to keep yourself around. Too many have done that, and it's cost so much to so many. Some things are worth standing for and dying for. And as it pertains to, for example, genocide, no, you ain't supposed to do that. Meta is sitting here trying to tell us that we're supposed to be silent while we're looking on their platforms and seeing the damage of what genocide is doing. And because of the law, they are doing all types of stuff. This kid got kicked out of his own graduation because he was protesting something such as genocide, protesting what's going on to the Palestinian people. Got kicked out of his own graduation by people who were supposed to be educated, powerful, smart, in control. And they're trying to coerce him by way of what it is they control into doing the wrong thing, into standing for the wrong thing and allowing for evil to take place by way of their rules. Now, what do you think God gonna tell him on Judgment Day? That you should have went to your graduation and stopped protesting what was evil? No, God gonna tell you did the right thing, and that graduation was never meant for you. That's exactly what He's gonna tell you. And those who put him in a position to get kicked out of his graduation will have to face the consequences of not only that, but everything else that they did in the name of letting this happen. This is how it works. This is how it works. What goes around, come around. So make sure what you throw around is going to be good come back to you, man. You don't want nothing blowing back negatively on yourself or your name. I don't give a damn what they tell you. I don't give a damn how many of them said it. Don't do wrong in the name of self-preservation. Do not do wrong in the name of going along with everybody else. Do not do wrong. But understand, you got to make sure you're defining right properly. There's a lot of people who tell you evil is good and good is evil, and therefore you're going to do the wrong thing in the name of what it is I'm telling you. No, compassion is your true north. If you're not aligning with compassion and unselfishness, if you're not aligning with what is in Scripture, if you follow the Bible or what's in Scripture, if you follow the Quran, I can't tell you what's in the Quran. I don't know. I don't read it. But I know for a fact that those people who are displaying faith, who believe in the Muslim faith, they have the type of faith that the Lord is telling me to display every day. That's what I can tell you. And the enemy is hard pressed on their backside. He wants to destroy them to no end. Now, I can see that from a Christian standpoint. And the enemy is attacking them hard. So if whatever they're doing is wrong, why does he want them so bad? That's my question. Never mind that I'm not supposed to be doing what they do because I'm born a Christian person. I believe in Christianity or however that goes. Whatever. The point is, the enemy don't want nothing that don't hold value. He ain't going to be trying to destroy nothing that doesn't oppose his will. Consider that. When you're trying to figure out if you should follow your faith, if you're a Muslim person, I'm a Christian person telling you most definitely should be following your faith. Most definitely should be following your faith. And I don't believe those people who tell me the people who do evil in your name are the ones that represent you. Those people who told me that were terrorists. And they've proven that to me in my lifetime. They can't tell me nothing again. I wouldn't believe them tell me the sky's blue. That's why I want people to know. I want all my Muslim brothers all over the world and all my Muslim sisters all over the world to understand what I just said to you. They couldn't tell me the sky is blue, fam. I wouldn't believe them. Keep following your faith. Good within your religion and good within your people has already been proven. It's already been proven. We're seeing it. Some of the best people in the world follow your faith, fam. I see it with my own eyes. They can't tell me who you are no more. And with that being said, I believe in Christianity. I believe in Christ. I've gotten closer to Christ over the last few weeks, calling on Christ in a different way. Believing in Christ, yes, but calling him differently and watching him come through. But I believe that he will know everybody he needs to know. You know, not everybody's on everybody's side. We have different ways of going about certain things. It doesn't mean that your side is right or my side is wrong. It means that there's just different things needed for different positions. If I'm coming in, and I've had this conversation before, so if you've heard this already, forgive me, but I feel like this is important to say. Every religion has its own thing, man. Everybody's faith has its own thing. But we all going up against the same enemy. So if the Lord put you in Iraq and he told you need to be Muslim and everything in your spirit is telling you to keep on following the Muslim faith and all this, the structure of what they do, that is exactly what it is that I believe he wants you to do. He gave me Christ. He wanted me to believe that Christ is the salvation for my life. He wants me to share the message of Christ and the goodness and the more or less passive nature of what Christ is about, which is you don't have to do a whole lot to be a Christian. You ain't got to get it right. You don't have to follow works. It's not meant for you to follow structure necessarily. Just let Christ in and then just be the person you are, and he'll forgive you anything so long as you're intent on following that model. That's what I know to be right from what it is that I have always been. The white man, quote unquote, the slave master gave me Christ, but he didn't. Christ is not from where the slave master is from. He got that from someone else. And that someone got it from somewhere else. And that someone got it from the master himself, so to speak. And that's what I know. Just because the enemy, so to quote unquote, introduced me to my faith does not mean that my faith is not meant to defeat that enemy. It just means that the enemy wasn't wise enough to keep me from it. He was too busy boasting about all the goodness that he could do, which is the opposite of goodness is evil, as we already said. They define it the way they want to. But he was too busy boasting and he didn't realize he was giving me a jewel. He was too busy trying to control me that he didn't realize he couldn't control me. All he could do is introduce me to who it was that was already in control. It was the curse of being him, handing us the weapon from which to destroy it. And that's what I want to express to everybody. The Lord has helped me understand that. I've already heard all the arguments of why do you trust God has given to you by the slave master. This is exactly why, because the enemy hates himself and he's going to give you all the ammunition to destroy him. That's exactly the answer to that. That is exactly the answer to that. And he will be none the wiser. Try to use God to control me. Try to use God, the real Christ, the living Christ, and try to coerce me into being okay with my own suffering. Sorry, that didn't work. And now they're going to try to double back and say, well, you know, using all the enemy's imps that are looking like me. Well, you shouldn't trust that. Go with your own spirit. My own spirit can't even cure me of some of the problems I got. I need something greater than myself to defeat what it is I'm going up against. Something greater than myself to help me understand why people who are different than me should either be accepted or otherwise shunned for whatever good or evil they do. And just like I should feel the same way about people who pray like me, just the same. I got a good Muslim friend and I got two enemies that are Christian. What difference does that make? People are people. Nobody gets it right or wrong all the time. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where we go wrong. We think that our religion is supposed to separate us by way of the acceptance. No, it just separates us based on what it is we're supposed to be doing from the positions we're in. I'm supposed to be a Christian over here in this land, and I'm supposed to take my kindness and Christianity and spread it across the land. It's right for the puzzle piece that I am in the world that I'm in. You're supposed to be Muslim, take your structure and your warrior energy, and you're supposed to move about it that way. Christ will introduce himself to you when it's time, but you ain't got to do what I'm doing. But maybe it's still intent based on the position I'm in and the peace I'm supposed to be to try to share that with you and try to tell you that it's right for you to do it. And if you're supposed to, you'll get it done. If not, then you won't. But the point is, we all are who we need to be. It's not on me to tell you that you're going to go to hell for not getting what I do done or whatever. That's not how God actually works. You take 2 steps toward him, he takes all the steps towards you, picks you up and carries you where he wants you to go. That is exactly how that works. Religion this, religion that. This is what it is. And he can be at two places at the same time, or many places at the same time, or many places at no time. He bends time, space, and understanding. So why would we ever try to confine him to things that we can wrap our minds around? I must do this, therefore this is that. No, that's our math. That's our limited math and our limited life and our mortal life. That's not real. That's not God. He has a full spectrum understanding of everything at every time, at all times. Why would he be confined to what it is that I can wrap my mind around? He wouldn't. He absolutely wouldn't. And so at that point, it's like, well, let that man be who he is. Let this person be who they are. And so long as they understand that there's redemption for themselves, and as long as I understand that anything that they do against me, if I lash back at it, I'm hurting myself in the process, like a whip, pow, it pops back at me, then I just got to make sure that I have forgiveness ready on hand, because that's what the enemy doesn't want me to use. Whatever the enemy don't want you to do is exactly what you should be doing. The enemy don't want you to forgive. The enemy don't want you to call out for God. The enemy don't want you conversing with others about strength and spirit, regardless of your religion. He wants you to separate yourself from your religion and others. He don't want you to be able to say, yo, I'm a Christian and I admire your faith in Muslim, in your Muslim faith. And I believe that we got the same enemy coming up against us. So while you pray, I'll watch over you. While I pray, you watch over me. And we can attack the enemy in different places. I'm supposed to catch him in the heart. You're supposed to catch him in the brain. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we have different religions. Because we got to attack the enemy differently. And people want us to think that's supposed to separate us. No, it ain't supposed to separate us. We're supposed to be standing firm in different directions, coming from different angles and different layers. Some together, some over apart, some all the different types of things, man. It's a lot of different ways to attack the enemy. He don't need just one religion to attack him. He need about 7 or 8. People praying to God, believing in God from different walks of faith. That's how we attack the enemy. He ain't gonna know what's going on while he's trying to ward off everything that the Christians coming with. Here comes the Muslims to knock him out. We just don't get it yet. It's supposed to work in conjunction with one another in unison. Have each other's back. That's what I've come to know. Not wonder, not question, but through meditation and understanding is what it told me. And so I share it with you. Don't let your faith separate you from what it is that you're supposed to do, or let someone else's faith and their inability to respect your faith coerce you into reflecting poorly upon yourself and your last name. Be diligent in understanding that we got the same enemy. Just got to attack them a different way. My name is BDF 44. Thank you all for watching. I'm out.